Consulting. Bond with the best.
Hello and welcome to Young Turks, the show that puts the spotlight on two young achievers every single week and takes you through their journey to success. A special treat for you today, not one but two young achievers in part one on Young Turks. One's 30, the other's 38. One graduated from IIM Calcutta, the other from IIT Delhi. They've both been in the consulting business and now they've decided to start off on their own.
It was good going at first, but then after doing maybe 15-20 projects, I think dissatisfaction started setting in, both at our end as well as at the client end. So we thought that maybe the traditional consulting...
The big five are going to hate you for saying that on TV.
That's why I'm saying that on air. I guess that's why I'm saying that on air, and I think I won't get a job at the big five anymore. But then we thought that maybe the traditional consulting model needed to change. And we set up Setting Positron. It's a very unique model. We are very differentiated, and that's what's leading to the successes.
You say that it's a very different model from all of the other consulting firms. What's really different? What's Zara Hatke about it?
We are effectively far lower cost for whatever value is being delivered, and we have a far longer term relationship viewpoint. It works because I think nothing dramatically can happen really in 3-4 months time or 6 months time. And usually traditional consulting firms look at it as a report to be given in 3-4 months time, and they charge a lot of money for that. What we do is we work very closely with the client teams and effectively deliver results as we go along.
From idea to actual sort of implementation on the ground, how long did it take for you to actually get Positron up and become a reality?
The idea started very long back. In fact, we did a lot of brainstorming internally, and the idea took probably close to a year and a half that we just brainstormed, and we came up with almost a 100-page document by the end of the brainstorming. When it was what all we would do, who all we would approach, as in what would be our business model like, how would we be structured internally, a lot of those things, what our pricing would look like.
All right, so a 100-page document. Your first client, who did you get and what was that moment like for you?
See, we were our first client when we created a business plan for ourselves. I think it was not such a difficult sell, and in the first year, if you see, we got some more than 12 clients in 12 months. So we almost got first 6 clients in the first 2-3 months, and after that, clients just kept pouring in.
Not big on a swanky chic office, Abhijeet and Anurag prefer to work in what they call a virtual office, which very often means operating from home. The past year has been challenging and exciting. Bagging a client a month in the first year of operations is not an easy feat. They're now a team of 4 partners looking after 15 active clients across different verticals.
We actually have a virtual office. We really don't, we work through a back office. And that came through the realization that actually in 5-7 years that I worked, not a single client really wanted to come into my fancy office for which we were paying a lot of money. So we said, why should we really have a fancy office? We don't need one. And till date, a lot of prospective clients, active clients say, why don't you set up an office? And I say, okay, I'll set up an office, and the money that I'm going to pay as rent, electricity, I'm going to charge you. Are you ready to pay that? And they say, obviously not. You work out of your homes, you work out of your virtual office.
We don't care.
We don't care. And in fact, it was quite surprising. Even the big clients, as in nobody cared about us not having a fancy office and a very posh address. It doesn't matter. It's about us, and we have to be on client side, and we have to deliver value. That's how we feel.
So where is the company headed now? Because as you said that you are yet to sort of set up base in Bombay, Bangalore, so on and so forth. What kind of expansion plans have you set up for yourselves? Do you have targets, deadlines that you're working towards?
I think we have established a model clearly in the marketplace. What we are keen now is that some of our friends and people we know who are very smart, and there are a lot of smart people out there, they join us and start our offices in other places. I think we have a lot of clients in other locations, so it's going to be a quick transition where...
But has this been the trying thing to actually convince people to join you and work as partners?
Absolutely, because see, there are a lot of good people out there, but there are not too many entrepreneurs. So there are not too many people who want to take a risk and then do what they think they are really good at. So people just want their fat salaries and have a lazy employment, as I would say.
From this point of view, as in we currently 4 of us and we have close to 15 clients, which means almost 4 clients per person. If we become a 10-man outfit, which I think we will very shortly, we'll have close to 40 clients if that average sticks. With 40 private clients, we would be India's #1 consulting firm from a point of view of number of active clients serviced.
Sure.
So nobody services those many number of clients because they put in more teams and you don't have those kind of teams available in India at least. I think we need to do a lot of concept selling because this model is not very well known. Our conversion rates are actually very, very high. As in if we go and meet a CEO, 8 chances out of 10 we convert him. In the traditional model that used to be more like 1 out of 7 or 1 out of 8. So it's a lot of concept selling which needs to be done. Once we do it, we just get the client, and once we get the client, we work with him typically for at least 1.5 to 2 years, and that's how long we've been in existence. So I think the retention will just continue to go on.
I'll probably disagree. I'll say that most of the clients who are we now working with, they're going to be probably with us for the rest of our lives. So I think it is. Yeah. So you said 2 years, so I thought let me qualify it.
I can see a little bit of disagreement over here, but what's the office environment like with 4 of you? Sort of, you know, what are the areas of disagreement? What are the areas of debate and fiery discussion?
See, we are all entrepreneurs, so there has to be a lot of disagreement and there has to be a lot of fiery discussions, and we do have it all the time.
All different individuals, both of us, and I'm very argumentative and. I make sure that even if he doesn't want it, and cynical. So
why are you cynical?
Well, I prefer to call it a realist. He calls me a cynic. So as in, we still continue to have that debate whether I'm a realist or whether I'm a cynic.
I'm the optimist.
You're the optimist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
And see, a lot of things, you know, beyond a point, you can't argue and prove that it is going to happen this way or that way. So you have to actually experiment on the ground. So then we agree to experiment on the ground, and then we see what results are happening, and we do it.
Experimentation, as in the number of ideas that Positron experiments with, as in our friends, and we are already incorporating our second company. It's been less than 2 years, and there are 3 or 4 areas that we are getting into. So
what is the second company going to be doing?
It's under wraps right now. You know, very soon. It's an exciting.
Very soon is when?
Very soon, as in the company is actually getting incorporated as we speak, and we
But
should.
will it be in the same area?
It's going to help Positron. Let me put it that way. It's going to help Positron in its business.
So let's talk about you when you're not at work, because if you get off work at 6:30, there's ample time for you to do other things. So what do you occupy yourself with then?
If you network with friends, it helps because we know 300 consultants, like I said, and and a lot of companies actually approach them saying, okay, could you do a consulting project for us? And when they hear the fees, they don't want to hire or engage that firm. So I've told some of my friends and a lot of my friends that if you're saying no to somebody because they just can't afford you,
Send them to you.
Send them. And we get a lot of our referrals coming in from our friends because it works. It really works.
Abhijeet, Anurag, thanks very much for speaking to us on Young Turks today. On that note, we'll take a short break, but another young achiever coming up right after this, so stay right there.